And then if you have a blanket or a block, you're welcome to bring it up underneath the hips here. Take a nice easy seat. And we'll shrug the shoulders up by the ears here. Bring your shoulder blades down onto your back. Relax the hands onto the thighs, close your eyes. Relax your jaw, so allow your face to soften. So we often unconsciously hold tension, especially through the jaw, yeah. So tightening up the jaw, the upper back and shoulders. So do you ever kind of walk around throughout your day and maybe without noticing the shoulders are shrugged all the way up by your ears, and then you kind of give yourself a moment and say, relax your shoulders, and oh, you know, it's like you didn't even notice that you're holding that tension. So a lot of us are holding a lot of tension in the body, anxiety and fear and maybe anger can all be expressed through the body. So start off today just kind of bringing your awareness into your body and maybe just checking in to see, where am I holding tension? We'll do a scan. Kind of starting at the top of the head, notice if you're wrinkling your brow. Move your way down to your eyes. And bring your awareness into your face, the jaw. And allow the jaw to drop open here. And then you can make your way down to the neck, the shoulders. In fact, it might be helpful to do the opposite, which is to tense up the shoulders. You can even bend the elbows here and bring the fist towards you. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, kind of let everything go. So almost doing like the opposite. So take a moment, tense your jaw, even scrunch up your face, tense up your shoulders, the upper back, make fists with your hands, and then let it go. Just go through a couple more rounds like that. So tensing everything up. Kind of make a sour face, like you're tasting something sour. And let that go. We'll just do one more. Tensing everything up. Hold, take a breath, and just kind of let that go. And then feel like you're just kind of letting that tension, stress, melt away. Move our way down to the chest. The other thing is that most of us kind of start to shorten our breath if we're feeling kind of anxious. And you start to just breathe right here in your chest. So we want to expand that breath and come into some nice belly breaths, because that's really deepening our breath. So start by maybe bringing a hand onto your low belly, take your hand to your chest. Maybe just notice that movement of the chest up and down as you breathe in and out. And then see if without forcing it, you can create some movement of the belly. So as you inhale, finding that expansion across the chest and lungs, the belly will rise. And as you exhale, the belly will fall. Really getting in some full belly breaths. This will really help to calm the whole nervous system. It helps to slow the heart rate. It helps to sort of mitigate that fight or flight feeling that we all might be in right now. Another breath here. Exhale it fully. And then just allowing your awareness to come down from belly to hips. Notice any tension you're holding on to, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet. And then just joining the palms together over your heart here. Bring your thumbs right to heart center. You're welcome to put the audio on for a moment just to home together. So inhaling. Exhale your breath. And then when you open the eyes, you can release the hands. And then we'll sit up nice and tall from here, just dropping the ear toward that right shoulder. And then you can stay here, take the hand, kind of wrap it around, and then extending out through those left fingertips. Take a deep inhale here, gentle tug. Exhale your breath, and then releasing, coming back to the center. This time dropping your ear toward the left shoulder. So from here, you can wrap that hand around if you like. Take a breath. Exhale, gentle tug. Forcing or straightening from here, uprighting the spine, and then bring your chin to your chest. We'll interlace the fingers from here. Bring the hands to the back of the head, allow the elbows to drop. Taking your breath in. Exhale your breath. And then as you inhale, just lifting the chest, lift the heart, release your hands down at your sides. And on your next breath in, we'll sweep the arms all the way up. So turning the palms to face up, join your palms here, and then as you exhale, reaching out from the fingertips. Pressing the space away. As you inhale, arms sweep, open your chest, palms come together. Exhale, reach out through the fingertips, press the space away. One more like that. Inhale, arms lift. Maybe easing toward your thumbs here. Exhale, reach out through the fingertips, press your space away. This next time you breathe in, we'll take the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, just take a side bend over to your right. Releasing that hand down, take the other arm alongside your ear. And then see if you can ground down to that opposite side. And then as you do, find that length out from the fingertips. Notice if the shoulders are creeping up by your ear. Can you draw the shoulder blade down and onto your back? Take one more breath, then we'll sweep the hand down here, draw your forehead toward your knee. From here, allow that left shoulder to just drop a bit. And then taking a breath in, we'll take this hand to the outside of the knee. Take your other hand and bring it back behind you. So we're taller here. And as you exhale, set yourself up for the twist. On an inhale breath, find space through the vertebrae, find length. And as you exhale, deepen that twist. One more breath. Exhale. And then staying in this twist, take the other arm, bring it alongside you, or take a side bend in the other direction. Try and keep your chest turning up here, sideways long. We'll take a breath in, sweep this hand down, find the other knee, relax it up. And as you inhale, sweep the arms all the way up here, like you're taking off your shirt. Backstroke the arms back behind you. Into fingertips, bend your elbows. And then from here, lift your heart, so lifting your chest. A little bit of a back bend here, one more breath. And then rocking back your sitting bones, we'll just switch the crossing the legs. So bringing that other leg on top. Reach the hands out, turn the palms to face up, take the arms all the way up. And as we exhale, reaching out through the fingertips, press this face away. Turn the palms up, sweep the arms, open across your chest. Palms join, exhale, reaching out, press this face away. One more like that, inhale, sweep. Keep the arms up overhead, exhale, press. And then on this next breath in, we'll take the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, take a side bend over to your left, releasing that hand down. Bend into this elbow bit, so relax the shoulder away from the ear. And then lengthen as you reach out through those right fingertips. And then see if you can ground down to that right sitting bone, turn the chest up, easing up toward that palm. Breathe into your low waist here, take a breath in. We'll sweep the hand down, draw your forehead toward your knee. Allow that connect. And then from here, taking a breath in, taking that hand to the outside of the knee, onto fingertips, grow taller first. And then as you exhale, start to build your way into this twist. So crown the head reaches toward the ceiling, ribs wrapping around head and neck follow. Creating space, creating length as you inhale, exhale, deepening that twist. Stay here, one more breath. And then staying in this twist, just taking the other arm, bringing it alongside here. Taking a side bend in that other direction. Turning up here, sideways long, breath in, we'll sweep this hand down, find this other knee, holding over, relax the back of the neck. As you inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, like you're taking off your shirt, backstroke the arms back behind you, come your fingertips, bend your elbows just a bit, lift your heart from here, lift your chest. And then staying here, lifting the hips away from the floor, one more breath, and exhale, releasing, nice. From here, we'll come onto hands and knees. So you're welcome to keep your blanket handy and maybe bring it underneath the knees. And then from here, coming onto all fours, I'm going to stack the shoulders so they're right in line with the wrist. Bring your hips and knees in line, spread through the fingers here, and then press down into the floor through knuckle pads and finger pads. I'm just going to warm up the wrists a bit. So starting to bring some weight into the hands, rocking back and forth. So I feel like I've been saying this a lot, but for a lot of us, we're working home. That might mean a lot more time on the computer, or you're homeschooling, so you're on the computer a lot, or you're just kind of checking updates and things like that. So a lot of tension in the upper body and a lot of undue stress on the wrists and the forearms. So taking some time to kind of warm them up is good. And then the next time that you come back to the middle, turn your wrists so they face in. Same thing, just rocking back and forth a little. Start to work on bringing some weight into the hands here. And the next time you rock back, we'll turn the palms to the wrist face forward. Same thing. And you might have a smaller range of motion here, but added benefit of a little stretch for the forearms. Should go nice. Take it slow. And then the next time that you come back to the middle, we'll turn the palms back around. And from here, go ahead and extend the heart, drop the belly as you inhale. And on an exhale breath, curl the tail under around all the cat. So as you inhale, the belly drop, and the heart lifts. And as you exhale, pressing into the floor as you round up, curl the tail under. And then just moving on your own breath here. On your own timing, starting to warm up a bit more in head or in cow. That's what your body needs right now. Going back to that mental check-in, start to listen to your body and just figure out what feels best for you. What does your body need? I'll go through a few more rounds. Maybe lingering a little bit more. Cow, if that feels like a nice stretch in the back. Or in cat. And then the next time that you curl the tail under, shift your hands forward, maybe a palm's length. We'll just take this into more of an extended cat and cow. So lengthening the belly to shift forward. And as you exhale, let the tailbone draw you up. The belly will lengthen. And then the weight of the tailbone brings you back around through your spine, and just moving back and forth a few times. Warming up. Starting to warm up through shoulders, and then the hips. And then the next time you shift forward, we'll take this circle back around to the right, circling clockwise here, all the way up around over to the left. Starting to get the hips involved a bit more. And then see if you can keep the fingers spread and keep pressing weight into the hands here. So you're adding to that stretch of the shoulders. Feel nice. And then the next time you circle back around, coming toward the front of your mat, reverse that circle. So start to circle counterclockwise this time. Keep the fingers spread, the arms actively engaged. Should feel nice. And this next time that you circle all the way back and around, we'll bring the hips all the way back toward the heels. Press the forehead on the mat here. And then inch the fingertips out a little further in front. And from there, pressing into the hands, cover the elbows. Should feel like a nice opening through the shoulders. Take a breath here. We'll walk out to the right. So laying your chest over that right thigh, maybe that left palm stacks over top of the right. Breathing into those left ribs. And then make your way over to the left. As you press into the hands, reach the hips over to the right and start to send some breath into those right ribs. And making your way back to the center. Nice and easy. Rising up onto all fours. We'll realign here. So hips and knees are in line. Stack your shoulders over the wrist. And then taking the right leg straight back behind you, tuck the toes under. From here, we'll lift the leg. Slide a hand to your back. Make sure the hips are level. And then as you feel steady, lengthen that left arm. From here, take a breath in. We're going to exhale. Draw your elbow to your knee. Circle around. And then re-extend in both directions. So elbow to the ground for your side. And then re-extend in both directions. Go through that 2 more times. Moving on your breath here. Try to make that connection between the elbow here and the knee. And then finding this length in both directions here. Take another breath in. As you exhale, releasing the hand down. Take that foot over the opposite foot. Just take a little peek over that left shoulder. And then send your breath into that whole right side. We'll release it back to the middle. Lift the leg up. This time we're going to externally rotate. And you're going to draw the knee toward that right elbow. Yeah, and then reach it up. So we'll tap the right elbow here. So externally rotate through the hip joint. So you're turning out of the hip. 2 more like that. Nice, last one. And on this last one, re-extend the leg. We'll release the foot to the floor. And then from here, stacking your shoulder over the wrist, take this right arm up and take a little circle. See if you can actively engage the leg. The more you actively engage that right leg, the less weight is in that left wrist. Circle the other way. And then from here, take a breath in, circle this arm around toward the middle of the room. And then release the hand down here. Go ahead and tuck the back toes under. Take your left foot back to meet your right. So coming into a plank. Spread through the fingers. Energize the legs. Engage your core. Breath in here. We'll walk it back. And come to down dog. Start to pedal. So bending your knee and straightening your knee. Still kind of warming up, getting things moving here. And then lengthening the heels toward the floor. So we'll lift up through the sitting bones, really pressing into the hands here. The chest is moving toward the thighs. Heel forward and come back into that plank position. So bring your shoulders directly over top of your wrist. Aim forward, the tippy toes, take the knees down, and then see if you can control those descent, lowering all the way onto your belly. Once you're here, activate the legs. Let that support a little lift in the chest. Baby cobra. And then we'll slide back onto all fours. Realign just a bit. And take the left leg straight back this time. Tuck the toes under. And then from here, bring that leg in line with the hip. Try not to elevate that left hip. In fact, take the hand back to the hips and make sure the hips are level. Lengthen the right arm this time. Take a breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Re-extend, find length. Exhale, elbow to knee. 2 more like that. So finding that lift in the belly. You're drawing in toward the midline here. Trying to build some heat in the body on this last one. We'll re-extend and hold. Take another inhale, releasing the hand. Take that foot over the opposite foot. Take a peek over your right shoulder here. Breathe into that whole left side. 1 more deep inhale. Go ahead and release the toes. Lift the leg up. This time, find that external rotation. We're going to tap the knee toward the left elbow and reach it up. And knee toward the left elbow and reach it back. So finding that turn out, that external rotation through the left hip. Nice, 1 more like that. Reach it back here, release the toes to the floor, and then stack your shoulder over the wrist. And then from here, take that other arm up toward the ceiling. So you're really going to side plank it on the knee, and then take a little circle, circling the wrist in one direction and then the other. Really energize that back leg. That'll probably a little less sinking into that right wrist, and then reach the arm. And breathe into this line from fingertips to toes. Nice, we'll take the hand down here, and then from here, we'll release the foot, and come back, or no, we're gonna take the right leg back. That's what we did. Come into a plank, and then take a breath in, draw your thighs back, down, up. Pedal in place. So bending one knee as you reach and straighten that opposite heel toward the floor. So kind of warming up, getting things moving. Should be starting to build some heat in the body here. We'll lengthen the heels toward the floor. Lift up through your sitting bones. Actively pressing the hands into the floor. Peel forward, find your plank. Once again, shoulders directly over top of your wrists. Aim forward onto tippy toes. Activate the legs, lower the knees. And then control this descent, elbows coming in all around your belly. Healing the chest away. We'll just take a baby cobra here. Pressing into the hands, draw your thighs up and back, down, up. And this time take a walk all the way up to the top of your mat. Nice and easy, so 2 inches at a time. We're gonna stop in a forward fold at the head of the mat. Bend your knees a lot here. Allow your chest to collapse onto your thighs, allow your head to be heavy. You can take a hold of opposite elbows. And then just kind of shaking the head yes and no. Start to let go of any tension you're holding on to in the upper body. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and stack one vertebrae on top of another. Find a little lift for your belly. Rolling up to stand, take your time. I'm just gonna shift the mat back so that you can see me a little better. And then just from here, find Tadasana. So grounding down to lift up, lift all 10 toes away from the floor. Spreading through the toes, see if you can bring them down one at a time, starting with those pinkies and making your way all the way to the big toes. Find a little lift with the arch of the foot, and then let that lift travel up. So think of lifting the kneecaps here, engaging the quads, Dropping the tailbone down, shoulders roll back. And then from there, crown of the head reaches up toward the ceiling as the feet ground down into the earth. And we'll inhale, take the arms all the way up. Exhale, folding forward, a little bend in the knees here as needed. Lengthen your belly. We're going to step the right leg back to a lunge. And then just making sure this knee aligns over the ankle here as you exhale, stepping that left foot back to meet your right, making your way to downward dog. Gliding forward, find your plank position. Take a moment to set up, shoulder blades onto your back. And then come forward to tippy toes, take the knees down. See if you can control this descent, working all the way onto your belly. From here, slide the hands underneath the shoulders, peel the chest away, activate the legs, cobra. Tucking the toes, pressing into the hands. We'll draw the thighs up and back to down dog. Reaching the right leg back on an inhale breath. Draw your nose to your knee. Re-extend. And then nose to your knee, pull the belly up and in. One more like that. This one's going to come all the way forward between the hands. Coming onto fingertips here, use your blocks into the hips. Lowering that back knee to the floor. You can pad the back knee as needed. Bring your hands onto the front thigh, lift your chest. We'll inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Take a breath here. And then bend the elbows, reach the elbows for one another. Inhale, float the arms. Exhale, bend the elbows open across your chest. One more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the elbows. This time we're going to release all the way back around. Back to the lunge. Step that left foot to meet your right. Holding over. Ground your feet, take the arms all the way up, and releasing the arms back down. Tadasana. Inhale, taking the arms all the way up overhead, hinging from your hips here, folding forward. Take a long spine, hard draws forward, with the left leg back this time. Make sure the legs are actively engaged, so fingertips are lifting away from the floor. And then from here, stepping that right foot back to meet your left. Downward facing dog, gliding into a plank. Onto tippy toes here, you can lower the knees, or maybe thighs drawing up, lower all the way onto your belly from here. Untuck your toes, heel the chest away, find cobra, tucking the toes under, pressing into the hands. Draw your thighs up and back to down dog. Left leg will rise, bend your knee and round. Nice, re-extend. Draw your nose towards your knee from here, pull the belly up and around your upper back. One more like that. This one's going to carefully come all the way forward between the hands. Lower the back knee down, sink your hips. Take a moment for the pelvis to sink, and then as you're ready, hands onto this front thigh, lift your chest. We'll inhale, take the arms all the way up into the asana. Take a breath in from here as you exhale. Draw the elbows down. Draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades together, broaden across your chest. One more. This one, reaching the arms all the way back around, back to the lunge. Lift through the belly, step that right foot to meet your left. Fold over the legs, and then grounding the feet here. Take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. And exhaling, releasing the arms down. Tadasana. Sweeping the arms up as you inhale. Folding forward, hinge from your hips. We'll lengthen the belly if your heart draws forward. And from here, stepping that right foot back. Coming into your lunge, we're going to see if you can lift the fingertips away from the floor. So find a little more lift and support through the belly here. And then stepping that foot back to meet your other foot. Downward facing dog. Glide forward here. Coming into a plank. Lowering the knees, lowering to the floor. Or come to tippy toes, lower halfway. Rise to cobra, upward facing dog. Making your way back to downward facing dog. We'll inhale the right leg. Bend the knee around the spine here. Hover. Breathe in, and then draw your nose towards your knee. Pull your belly up and in. One more like that. This one's going to come all the way forward between the hands. From here, as you feel steady, taking the arms all the way up overhead. Take a high lunge. And then settle into your hips here. Take your hands onto your pelvis. Maybe bend this back knee a bit. And then notice that the hips are kind of coming onto a diagonal. And you work towards squaring the hips a bit. You can square the hips because this back heel is spun up. And then maybe straighten through that back knee. Lift the back thigh up. And then from that solid foundation, float the arms. Nice. From here, start to shift the weight forward into that right foot, in your chest forward. Step your left foot to meet your right, share. And then rise all the way up. Tadasana. Inhaling the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge from your hips here. Fold. Long spine here. This time, step the left leg down. Lift the fingertips away from the floor. Find that lift and support through the belly and the legs. And then stepping that right foot back to meet your left. Down dog.
Glide forward, find your plank. Lowering the knees, lowering to the floor, or lower down halfway, chaturanga. Rising into cobra or upward facing dog. Nice, making your way back. Downward dog, left leg will rise this time. Bend the knee and round. Re-extend. Nose to your knee, pull your belly up and in. One more like that. This one's gonna come all the way forward between the hands. Coming onto fingertips here, float the arms all the way up. Find high lunge. Nice, take your hands to your pelvis. Find those bony points on the fronts of the hips. Notice, are they facing the right wall? Can you draw this right hip point forward, left hip point back with it? Take a little bend of that back knee. And then as you re-steady, think of drawing the inner thighs in like you're hugging a block. And then as you find that engagement through the legs, float the arms up. Nice. From here, start to shift weight into that left foot. Aim the torso forward, so you're one long line, heel to the fingertips. Step your right foot to meet your left chair. Rise all the way up. Tadasana. Inhale, taking the arms up. We'll hinge from the hips, circle forward. Take a long spine, and then step to plank. Take a moment to set your shoulder blades onto your back here. Come forward to tippy toes, lowering down halfway or lower the knees. Rising into your choice of back bend, making your way back to down dog. Deep breaths in and out. Actively press the hands into the floor here. And then let's all do this. Lift your heels, bend your knees, move your chest back toward your thighs. So more important to have a nice long spine here. And then staying with this with the knees bent or lengthen the heels through the floor. They may touch, they may not. One more breath. Bottom of the exhale, bend your knees, look forward to your hands, step or maybe hop this time. Long spine. Folding forward. Soften your knees, hinge from your hips, rise all the way up to stand. And releasing the arms down. Tadasana. Sweeping the arms all the way up overhead. Hinge from your hips here, fold forward. Go ahead and lift the heart. Hands can come to shins or maybe to the thighs to really draw that heart forward. Take your hands down to your mat. You can think chest forward, legs back if you want to try jumping, or you can step back. And then inhale into up dog, making your way back, downward dog. Deep breaths in and out. Take another breath here. Exhale your breath. Nice. One more inhalation. Bottom of this exhale, bend the knees, look forward to the hands, stepping or maybe hopping. Head in your mouth. We'll lengthen the belly. And from here, bend your knees, sink your hips, reach the arms up alongside the ears. So coming into chair, take a breath here. And as you exhale, fold all the way back down over straight legs. Long spine here, and then planting the hands, stepping or jumping back, from chest forward, legs back. And then rising into cobra or upward dog. Nice, from here, making your way back. Down dog. We'll raise the right leg. Carefully taking it all the way forward between the hands. Round your back heel, float the arms all the way up overhead. Warrior one. As you exhale, open up to two. So you may need to readjust your stance here. Bend into that front knee. Nice, from here, inhaling that backhand all the way to the floor. Frame your front foot, chaturanga, or lowering your knees. Rising into cobra or upward dog. Making your way all the way back. Downward facing dog, left leg rises. Stepping it forward between the hands. Ground your back heel, float the arms up. Warrior one. As you exhale, just opening to two. Readjust your stance and start to sink into that front knee. Eventually, this knee aligns over the ankle. And then as you inhale, taking that backhand all the way to the floor. Frame your front foot, chaturanga, or lowering your knees. Rise to cobra, upward dog. Making your way back to down dog. Deep breaths in and out. Let the head hang. Soften your face. You always have the option to lower the knees. Take the hips toward the heels. Turning back to the breath. Child's pose, and this is an option at any time in your practice. One more breath. We'll bend the knees, look forward to the hands here. You can step or maybe hop all the way to the head of the mat. Lengthen the belly. And then folding forward, bend your knees, sink the hips and reach the arms. Utkatasana. Take a breath here. Exhale, fold all the way down over straight legs. Long spine here, planting the hands. You're welcome to step or maybe jump back. Chaturanga. Rising into cobra or upward. And making your way back to down dog. Raising the right leg. Carefully bringing it forward between the hands. Ground your back heel, float the arms. Warrior one. Open up to two. Bend into this front knee. Eventually bring this knee so it aligns over the ankle. Thigh more or less parallel to the floor, so really sink. Nice, we'll take a reverse warrior from here, flipping the front palm, send the back hand down. And then inhaling that back hand all the way to the floor. Exhale, chaturanga. Rise to cobra, upward dog. Nice, exhale to downward. Left leg rises this time. Bringing it forward between your hands. Ground the back heel, reach the arms. Warrior one. Open up to two, bend into this front knee. Keep reaching some weight into that back heel. We'll flip the front palm from here, take a reverse warrior. Breathe into those left ribs. Inhale your back hand all the way to the floor. Exhale, chaturanga. Rise to cobra, upward dog. And making your way back to downward dog. Deep breath in and out. Lift the hips up and back. See if you can plug down into the floor for this index fingers and thumbs. Maybe find a little lift up out of the center of the wrist. Reach the weight back toward the lower body. Nice long spine. One more breath. Bottom of this exhale, bend your knees. Look forward to your hands. You can step here or hop. Head of your mat. Lengthen the belly. Folding forward, we'll bend the knees here. Sink the hips, reach the arms. We're going to refine this just a bit. So make sure knees aren't coming forward. Make sure you're hinging from the hips, the chest is forward. The weight is reaching back toward the heels. As you look down, knees don't come forward to the toes should be peering out. And then arms are alongside the ears. Breath in, exhale, fold all the way down over straight legs. Long spine here, plant the hands. You can step or maybe jump to chaturanga. If you're getting tired, lower your knees. Rise to cobra upward. And we'll make our way back to down dog. Nice, this time raising that right leg. Bend the knee around the spine here. Hover. Re-extend. Draw your nose towards your knee. Pull the belly up and in. Bring some awareness into your pelvis here. Make sure you're not hiking that hip. Stepping it forward between the hands. Ground the back heel. We'll float the arms all the way up. Warrior one. And just opening up to two. So start to bend into that front knee. Sliding the front foot forward a bit, the back leg back. Start to sink. Notice if your torso is being pulled forward. Can you back it up a bit? Maybe stacking the shoulders over the hips. Reach some weight into the outer edge of the back foot. Extend out through the arms. Nice, check in. Did you tense up your jaw, your shoulders? Can you relax that a bit? Settle in. Let's take a reverse warrior. And then bending that elbow here. Bring it to your front thigh. Take this left arm alongside the ear. We'll come to side angle. Find that full extension through that whole left side. You're welcome to stay here with this elbow on the front thigh, or maybe slide the hand down the inside of the thigh. One more breath. Ground down to rise up. Come to warrior two. Nice, take the back hand all the way down. We'll reach the right leg back, bend your knee, fan the hip, maybe circling the ankle. Circling the other way. And then lengthen the leg, square the hips off here, floating that foot down to the other foot. From here, we'll reach the left leg. Bend the knee around the spine. Re-extend. Draw your nose towards your knee, round your upper back, pull your belly up and in. Nice, engaging those abdominals. One more. This time, carefully taking your foot all the way forward between the hands. Take the back down to the mat, float the arms up. Warrior one. Open up to two. Bending into that front knee. Notice if you're holding any tension in the upper body here. From here, flip your palms to turn up. Open across the chest a bit more. Roll the upper arms out, but just bring your palms to face back down. Settle in. We'll reverse the warrior here. And then bending that elbow, bring it to the front thigh. Right arm alongside the ear. See if you're jumping into this elbow. Is the shoulder creeping up by the ear? Can you find a little lift away? Some support from underneath. Maybe sliding that left hand down. Take another breath here. Round down to rise up. Warrior two. Take your back hand all the way down. We'll take a downward dog split, bend the knee, fan the hip. Nice, maybe circling your ankle. And then squaring the hips off here, float your foot down to meet the other foot. You're welcome to stay right here in downward dog, or inhaling into a plank, exhaling into chaturanga, rising into cobra upward, and making your way back. Downward dog. Always the option to lower the knees, sink the hips, and back to the breath. You can even add a little rock side to side. If it feels good, maybe massaging the forehead. Hoping to release some of that tension through the head, the neck. And then when you're ready, rising back up into down dog. Bending the knees, look toward the hands. You can step or maybe hop. Head or neck. Lengthen the belly here. We'll fold forward, bend the knees and sink the hips. So coming back into chair. And this time taking the palms together over your heart. Start by aiming your chest forward. We'll take a twist to the right. So this elbow can come toward the insides of the knees. Or if you can still maintain your breath, snuggle down a bit and then bring that elbow to the outside of that right knee. Maybe extending the arms. And then from here, unwind and we'll fold forward over the legs. Lengthening the belly here, plant the hands. You're welcome to step or jump to chaturanga. If you're getting tired here, lower your knees. Rising into cobra or to upward facing dog, really press into the floor and making your way back to down dog. We'll raise the right leg this time. Carefully bringing it forward between the hands. Ground the heel. This time reach your left arm all the way up and around. Just come right into warrior two. Nice, start to sink. Settling into the hips. Take a peek down. The tendency is to roll in on the inside of this foot and let this knee kind of drop in. Keep this right knee opening out to the right. It's going to roll this left hip point forward a bit. So you're trying to find this balance between opening the hips up toward the sidewalk here and then keeping this right knee opening out to the right. They're not going to square. That's okay. Reach your arms. Let's turn the palms up again. Roll your upper arms out. Broaden across the collarbones and chest. And then bring just the palms to face back down. Reverse your warrior here. We're going to lengthen all the way through that front leg. And then take your time. So coming from a reverse triangle into triangle. Taking that hand to the shin. Lift this top arm up. Don't worry too much about how far this bottom hand comes down. It's not a contest. Instead, find a lift up out of the side waist. Activate the legs. Focus on turning the chest up here. And then reach out for those fingertips. One more breath. Like somebody's got you by the wrist, pulling you back up. Nice, rebend the front knee. Take the hand all the way down. We're gonna lower this back knee to the floor. Sink your hips. You're welcome to grab blocks. Give yourself a moment for that message to send to your brain. It's okay to sink. And then bring your hands onto your front thigh. Start to lift the chest. You're gonna press into this right foot. Back the hips up a bit. Notice that those hip points are on the diagonal here. Can you re-square the hips? And then gather them in a bit and then rebend that front knee with the hip points facing forward. Nice. Reach the arms. Anjaneyasana, a little bit of a back bend here. Circle the arms all the way out and around. And you're welcome to take a hold of blocks here or come to fingertips. We're just gonna lengthen over this front leg. And then rebend the front knee as upper toss forward. And lengthen all the way through that front leg. Move through that 2 more times, opening up the fronts of the hips, and the backs of the legs. On this last one, back the hips up so they're over that back knee, and then maybe toe heel this front foot forward a bit. And then you can stay here, draw the right toes up toward the ceiling. Stay with hands on blocks, or take your hands to the floor. Lengthen the belly a bit more, pull over that front leg. Relax the weight of the head. Half on Vinyasa, breathing in and out. Take another breath here. Exhale your breath. We'll rebend this front knee. Tuck the back toes under. Transitioning back into a low lunge as you feel steady. Float the arms all the way up here. Take a high lunge. Bring your palms to face forward. Lengthen all the way through that front leg. And then as you rebound, reach your arms. Nice. Press down to rise up and lengthen the front leg. It's okay if you're a little unsteady. Reach. One more like that. Press down to rise up. We'll rebend this front knee. Take the palms together, aim your chest forward, sweeping the arms, then the elbows, press the right palm into the left. Turn your chest. And then shifting your gaze down toward that front big toe. We're all the way into the right foot here. Let's nice and easy step that left foot between it. Nice, we'll unwind, come back to chair. Exhale, fold forward. Don't peel your feet apart just a bit. And then you're welcome to grab a hold of blocks here, hands to the floor, or taking a hold of opposite elbows is an option. If it's in your practice, maybe grabbing a yogi toe lock. So it's index fingers and next fingers wrapping around your big toes. Nice and length in the belly, elbows bend to the sides. Allow the weight of the head to be heavy, relax your jaw, and take a bend in the knees. In fact, even if you don't need to, try a bend in the knees. And then release the chest toward the thighs, and then as the hips lift up, keep the chest releasing toward the thighs. Relax the head, neck, the shoulders. Maybe shaking the head, yes and no, let it go. Let all the thoughts in your head tumble out onto the floor. Release the toes from here to heel the feet in a bit. From here, bend your knees, sink the hips, lift the arms. So coming back into chair. Check your positioning, make sure the knees aren't coming forward to the toes. Aim your chest forward, palms together over the heart, and this time we'll take a twist out to your left. So you can hook that elbow between the knees here, or maybe settling yourself down a bit and hooking it to the outside of that left knee. Take a peek, make sure the right knee didn't just reach toward the left. You can extend the arms from here, not your choice. And then as you unwind, we'll hold all the way forward. Lengthen the belly here, planting the hands. You're welcome to step or jump to chaturanga. You're getting tired, lowering your knees here. Rising into your choice of back bend. If you're going for up dog, really press into the floor. Downward dog. Raising that left leg this time. Taking it forward between the hands, round the heel. We'll sweep the right arm up and around warrior two. And then notice if your torso is being pulled forward a bit. Can you bring some weight into that back heel? Take a peek down at that left knee. Again, are you rolling in on the inside of that foot? Letting that knee drop in. See if you can open it out to the left. Find this extension for the arms. From here, reverse your warrior. And then lengthen all the way through that front leg, reverse triangle. Put the left hip under, lengthen the left side waist here. Taking the hand to the shin, right arm reaches, triangle. Low ribs rolling under to help turn the chest. Take another breath here. And then like somebody's got you by the wrist, pulling you up. We'll come back to warrior two. Take the back hand all the way down, creating that front foot. Spin off the back heel, lower your back knee. Take a little padding as needed. Start to sink your hips here. And then take the hands onto the front thigh. Press into that left foot to rise up. Realign. So notice that those hip points are coming on a diagonal. Draw this right hip point forward a bit more, left hip point back. Resync the hips. Nice. Lift the arms all the way. You might not sink as far, that's okay. Open the chest, little back bend. We'll take the hands down either onto blocks here or the floor, and then lengthen all the way over that front leg. So as you rebend, the heart will walk forward, and as you exhale, lengthen over that front leg. Move through that 2 more times. Nice. Last one, we're gonna hold this one. And then from here, back it up so the hips are over that back knee. Toenail this front foot forward a bit and flex the foot. Draw the toes back. Keep hands to blocks or to the floor. Lengthen through the belly and maybe fold over a little more deeply and just breathe. So we're not forcing or straining in this pose. You're not bouncing. You're not gripping. Relax your jaw. What can you do to soften into this a bit more? One more breath. Nice. We'll rebend the front knee. Transition back into a low lunge here. Tuck the back toes under. Really draw that back thigh up toward the ceiling. Find that hugging in. From there, float the arms. High lunge. Bring your palms to face forward. Lengthen all the way through that front leg. Rebend, reach. Press down, rise up. Nice and steady. Reach. Press down, rise. Nice. Rebend, high lunge. Chest stays forward like we did in the beginning. Palms come together this time. Sweep the arms here. Hook the elbow to the outside of the knee and then press that left palm into the right. Energize the back leg. Shift your gaze down toward your front big toe. Pour all the way into the left foot. Right foot can to meet it. Nice soft landing. Nice, guys. Unwind chair. Fold forward. Toe heel your feet apart. Just underneath the sitting bones here, no wider. Opposite elbows here, yogi toe. Or you can lift the feet, sliding your hands all the way up underneath. Better to start with a soft bend in the knees. Relax the weight of the head. Relax your jaw here. Soften your face. Maybe stay with that bend in the knees. Or as you lengthen the legs, lifting the hips up, eventually stacking the hips over the heels. Deepening this opening the whole back body. And if you're going for hands underneath the feet, think of opening up through the wrists, so really bringing some weight into the wrists. A little wrist massage. One more breath. Nice, we'll release the toes. This time, toe heel the feet in just a bit and lengthen your belly. You're gonna nice and easy step that left foot back. So coming into low lunge. And then as you feel steady, find a little bit of hugging in, like you have a block between the inner thighs. Reach the arms up, so coming into that high lunge. Nice, from here we'll take the palms together over the heart. Start by aiming your chest forward. Pour all the weight into the right foot, left toes leave your mat. And then bring some awareness into this hip like we did at the beginning. Maybe even take the hands to the hips. Micro bend your right knee. Start to drop that left hip a bit. Nice, from here, nice soft landing, or you can extend the arms. If you want to have a little more challenge, warrior 3. Soft landing here, high lunge, we'll open up to 2. And then lengthen all the way through that foot, leg rather. Bring your foot so it's parallel to the other foot. Turning to face the sidewalk here. Find a little lift in the chest. And then hinging from your hips, bend the knees as needed. Fold forward. So you're welcome to take the hands to the floor. The hands can come onto blocks here. Soften into this. Nice. From here, notice if your weight's reaching back toward the heels and the hips are reaching back. Can you pour some weight into the balls of the feet? Can you shift the hips forward a bit? Lining the hips up over the heels and maybe opening that back body a bit more. One more breath. We'll lengthen the belly here. Start to walk your hands around toward that front foot. Transition back into a low lunge. And then from here, stepping that left foot to meet the right. Fold over your legs. Take a breath. And then lengthening the belly, we'll take the right leg back. Nice and easy. So coming into a low lunge to start, then draw in toward the midline. So a little bit of drawing in, like you've got a block between the thighs. Activate the inner thighs or flip the arms all the way up. Taking high lunge to start. And then take the palms together over the heart. Pour your weight into this left foot. Release the right toes. Reach the right leg so it's in line with the hip. And bring that awareness into your hips. Maybe take your hands to your pelvis. Can you drop that right hip a bit? Micro bend your left knee. Stay with the hands to the heart or reach the arms out. Warrior 3, one long line, fingertips to toes. We'll rebend that knee. Lift the arms up, high lunge. Spin the back heel down, open up. Warrior 2. Lengthen through that leg. Bring your feet so they're parallel. Lift your heart here. Exhale, hinge from your hips. So folding forward, just take a minute to readjust so that the feet are parallel here. Toes either pointing straight ahead or slightly turned in so they're not poking out. Hands can come onto blocks, touch the floor. Breaths in and out. Take a deep inhale here. One more breath in. And then start to lengthen the belly. Walk your hands back around. Find that low lunge. Step your right foot to meet your left. Fold over. And then we'll soften the knees, toe heel the feet apart just a bit. And you bring your hands to your thighs and be like, roll it up to stand. Take your time. Shoulders roll back, grow tall. Take a moment just to stand in Tadasana. Nice, from here pouring all the way into that right foot. We'll lift the left toes away. And then you can either bring the foot to the calf here, the thigh, or all the way to the inner groins. So set up for tree. Really energize that standing leg. Actively pressing the foot into the thigh and the thigh back into the foot. Notice if you're sinking into this right hip. Take your hands to your pelvis, find those hip points. Are they level? What can you do to find a little more lift up so that the hips are more level? Nice, take the hands over the heart. Release the foot here. We're gonna come back into a warrior 3 variation, reaching that leg back behind you. From here, bring your awareness into the pelvis, start to open the hips, and then you can reach that right hand down for a block. And we'll end up in Ardha Chandrasana. So stacking the hips, finding that external rotation through the bottom leg. One more breath here. Nice soft landing. Warrior 2. Take that back hand all the way to the floor. Squeeze your right leg back. We'll bend the knee from here and just fan the hip open. Maybe circling the ankle. And then from here, shifting forward, we'll aim the knee toward that right elbow. Draw the foot toward the opposite armpit. Lift through the belly. Gently lower down. And you're welcome to take some padding underneath this right hip. If there's space between the hip and the mat. Take a peek over your left shoulder. So if your leg is on a little bit of a diagonal, what can you do to readjust so it's straight back behind that hip? Lengthen the belly, coming out to fingertips, and we'll fold forward. And you're welcome to take a block underneath your forehead here. And then start to soften into this. What can you do to set up the conditions to release into this pose? And remembering, you always have the option here, if this is too much, to take a reclining version of pigeon with the ankle to the left knee. And then flexing the feet a bit, staying with this, or hands back behind the thigh. Listening to your body. Nice, let's take a couple more breaths here. And then if you're in the reclining version of this pose, you're going to come into pigeon. If you're in pigeon, you're going to bring your elbows in a bit. Press the hands down into the floor. So forearms are actively pressing down. I'm going to tuck the back toes under, lift through the belly. So we're like this. And then we're going to take that right leg back. We're going to come into a forearm plank. So transitioning here into forearm plank. Think of lifting through the belly and energizing the legs, and then take a peek, or one long line, crown of the head through the heels. Energize the legs, breath in, exhale, draw the thighs back, walk the feet in a bit. So you're like in downward dog here, but on the forearms, lengthening the heels toward the mat. Keep pressing the chest back toward the thighs. Nice, take another breath here. We're gonna hover the elbows away, or take a moment, lift back up to downward facing dog. Stay here, or go through vinyasa, your choice. We'll meet up and down dog. Take a little breather here. You can lower the knees if you like. Maybe come back to that sway side to side, relax your jaw. When you're ready, go ahead and come back to down dog and start to walk your feet up to your hands. You can keep a bend in the knees. You can try and find a little more lift to the belly and walk as far as you can with the legs straight. We're going to meet up in that forward fold. And then soften the knees from here. Hands can come to the thighs for a little support. Keep the knees soft, but press the feet out into the floor, rise up. Take a moment to come back to Tadasana. Take your time. Spread through the toes of the left foot, pour all that weight into the left leg. The right foot up. Calf or all the way to the inner thigh. Now notice, if you press into this left foot, but your hips start to jut out to the left, I want you to instead find like that lock between the inner thighs. And just as much as you're pressing that foot into the thigh, press the thigh back into the foot. Take your hands to your hip points. Level your hips. And use the wall as needed. Take the hands over your heart. Micro bend your left knee. Take a breath here. Bring your knee to face forward. We're going to transition into that warrior three variation, reaching the legs straight back behind you. Take some awareness into your hips or the hip square. And then start to open the hips out. Left hand comes down. Right arm will reach up toward the ceiling. So you're externally rotating from that bottom hip, that bottom leg. Energize the back leg here. Reach the top arm up. Take another breath. Rebend your standing leg. Soft landing, warrior two. Take the back hand all the way to the floor. We'll sweep the left leg back. Bend the knee here, fan the hip, maybe circling your ankle. Nice, and then shifting forward. Find this lift through the belly, elbow to the knee. Foot toward that opposite armpit. And lower down, so engaging those abdominals. You're welcome to take some padding underneath this left hip. And then take a peek. Make sure that right leg is right behind the hip. Come onto fingertips here, lift your chest. Pull it all the way forward. And then if your forehead doesn't easily rest on the mat, maybe take a block. You can even take your sweatshirt here. And then what can you do to soften into this? And remember, you always have this alternative, same pose, but it's just on the back. So if this is not comfortable for the hips, listen to your body. Let go right knee here, just like that. Stay there, or hands can come back behind that thigh. We're here, a couple more rounds of breath, nice and easy. Start to walk your hands in. So we're going to come back into the forearms. So if you're in that reclining pigeon, come back to a pigeon-like shape. And we're going to tuck the back toes under, press down through the forearms and lift through the belly, so like this. And then take that left foot back to meet the right. Wiggle the toes back as needed. Make sure you're not lifting the hips here and letting the hips sink. Energize the legs, lift through the belly. Take another couple of breaths here, forearm plank. And then lift the thighs back, walk the feet in a bit. So chances are the heels aren't going to touch the floor. You're like in a downward dog here, but you're on the forearms. Draw the elbows in, move the chest back toward the thighs. Actively ground down through your forearms, breath in. Release the elbows away from the floor, pressing into those hands. And then stay here or vinyasa. We'll meet up in down dog. Lower the knees, sink your hips to your heels. Round your spine. Take the hips side to side. Relax your head and neck. A little sway side to side. Relax your jaw. Nice and easy. Make your way back to down dog. We'll make our way into a plank here. Lowering onto the belly, either by lowering the knees or for a little more challenge, floor to your tippy toes, lower all the way down. Nice. Release your arms at your sides. You're welcome to dim your lights. Bring your left ear down. Look over your right shoulder. Allow the heels to fall apart, the toes come toward one another. Shimmy the hips. We'll bring the chin to the top of the mat, reach the arms. On an inhale, start to peel the chest away. Keep the head in line with the spine here. On your next breath in, lift the toes away from the floor. Reach the thighs away from the floor. Roll your shoulders back, lift a little higher. Shalabhasana. Reach the fingertips away from your mat. One more breath. Exhale, lower all the way down slowly. Take your right ear to the mat, chin to the hips. Bring your big toes to touch. Heels drop in. Second set of locusts, chin to the top of the mat. This time reach the chest, the arms, the fingertips all the way, all at once. Keep the back of the neck long. Roll your shoulders back, lift a little higher. Take another breath in here, reach. Exhale, slow release. Look over that opposite shoulder, shimmy the hips. Coming into one more. Locust, Shalabhasana, chin to the top of the mat. Go ahead and open your arms, roll the chest and shoulders. Open. Lifting off, stay here. Setting up the Dhanurasana, maybe bending the knees. Reaching back for the tops of the feet. It's in your practice. One more breath, wherever you are. And then floating back down, releasing that ear to the mat. Look over the opposite shoulder. Shimmy your hips, side to side. Take a rest. And from here, we'll slide the hands up underneath the shoulders. Press up, hold back. Bring your hips to your heels. Take the knees a little bit wider, just a little wider than usual child's pose. Relax the forehead onto that. Take it side to side here. And then we'll rise up. We're going to swing the legs around here. Rock the extra flesh away from your sitting bones, rocking side to side. Slide a hand to your lower back. So chances are, a little rounding in the spine and the pelvis is rock back like this. See if you can lengthen up through the crown of the head, and if you need to, bend the knees, or you can elevate the hips here on a block to find that inward curve. And then bring your thumbs to your hip creases here. And we're going to hinge from the hips. Tilt your pelvis forward as much as you can, and then fold over. If you're feeling it right here in the low back, back off a little. Maybe bend the knees. And then if you've got the open hamstrings, you can slide a block behind the feet. Soften your face here. Paschimottanasana, releasing forward. Let your gaze go internal, relax your jaw. Take another breath. We're going to just release the fingertips to the floor. I want you to engage your abdominals as you roll down to the spine. Think of one vertebrae at a time. Releasing. If this is too much, you can always bend the knees. And then once you're here, readjust. So that you're on your mat, bend the knees and walk the feet in toward the sitting bones. Bring those feet sitting bone apart. Bring your chin to your chest, release your arms at your sides, press the low back down. And peel the hips up, coming into a bridge. And then you can rock side to side if you like, maybe interlace the fingers here. Notice if the knees are ducking out. Imagine that block between the knees. Give a little squeeze in toward the midline. Glutes engage. And then release your hands. Roll down bone by bone, slowly releasing all the way to the floor. Nice, coming into a second set of bridge as you're ready. Chin to your chest, peeling up. Rocking the shoulder blades up underneath. Maybe interlace the fingers. Little sense of adducting here. And then releasing the hands, rolling down. Stick with bridge here, or bring the arms alongside the ears. And then rising up. And then bring your chin to your chest, lowering down. And we'll walk the feet out to the edge of the mat, drop your knees in toward the center. Bend the elbows here like cactus arms. Take a moment just to neutralize, so dropping your knees, to the left, to the right, take your time. And then see if you can start to time this with your breath, inhaling back to the center. Exhale up and over to the left. Inhale, center, exhale up and over to the right. And then the next time you drop your knees over to the left, look over that right shoulder. And just think of sending your breath into that whole right side. And inhale back to the center. Drop your knees to the right this time. Look over that left shoulder. Breathe into that whole left side. And then from here, releasing back to the center. Wrap the arms around. Give your knees a hug. And then just start a little circle. You can release the low back into the floor, circling one way. And circling the other. And then we'll lengthen this left leg long. Give your right knee a hug here, drawing that knee in toward the chest. And then setting up for a twist. Scooch the hips a bit to your left. And then drop the knee across the back again. Release the weight of the right shoulder blade into the floor. Take a breath. Nice and slow, exhaling, release. We'll lengthen that leg and give your left knee a hug this time. So use your upper body strength here. Give it a tug. Start to release to the front of that hip. We'll swoosh the hips over to the left this time. Drop the knee across the body. We'll go over that left shoulder. Press the weight of the left shoulder blade into the floor. Into the stress. Another breath here. Exhale, twisting out, and then unwind, nice and easy. This time, go ahead and come into a happy baby and let the knees drop apart. You can grab a hold of the ankles here, and then press your sacrum into the floor, so try not to let the pelvis lift off. Or if it's available to you, come to the arches of the feet here, and we'll just rock side to side, nice and easy. And then from here, you can start to lengthen one leg as the other knee bends in, and then maybe lengthen the other. And go back and forth a couple of times. And then as you're ready, give your knees a hug. Peel your upper body up off your mat. Bring your nose toward your knees here, coming up like a little ball. And then start to gradually unwind. Lengthening the legs long onto your mat here. And releasing the arms at your sides. A little bit away from your body. Bring the palms to face up. Slide your props out of your way. Dim your lights. You can grab a sweater or a sweatshirt here, maybe a blanket. So coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Take a deep breath here. Bring it all the way down to your toes. And then starting to work your way up, starting at your feet. Releasing any tension, holding on to the ankles. And bringing your awareness into your calves. If you like, imagining like a warm light of sunshine, and let that warm light travel up your thighs. Warming your hips. Warming your back. And then that ray of light travels up to your chest. Warming your chest, opening up your breathing. Coming up to the shoulders. Slowly melting any tension away you might be holding on to in the shoulders, the neck. And let that light travel down to your arms, your hands, your fingers. Feel the sunlight on your face, your cheeks, your nose, your forehead, all the way up through the crown of the head. Starting to deepen your breath here. Bringing some movement back to the body, maybe wiggling the fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, taking those arms overhead, just taking the stretch from your fingers all the way down to your chest. When you're ready, bending the knees in one at a time. And then just making your way onto your right side. Using that right arm up overhead like a pillow. And we'll pause. Taking a moment just to soak in all the effects of your practice. And then keeping your eyes closed. Pressing your way back up to a seat, taking your time, allowing the head to relax to come up. We'll come back to that easy seated position. You can bring a block or a blanket underneath the seat here if you like. Sitting up nice and tall, reaching the crown of the head toward the ceiling. You're welcome to turn your audio back on if you haven't already, and rejoin your palms over the heart. Bring your thumbs right to heart center, and we'll close class the sound of 1 0.